Hi, this is Siraj, your host, Unleashing Talent. Today's podcast is on self perception, which is a part of the emotional intelligence, one of the important competencies of emotional intelligence. And this podcast could be helpful for professionals and people in general who want to understand themselves better. So, the self perception means understanding yourself better. And when you understand yourself better, you operate yourself better. Right? So it is more about understanding yourself, understanding your emotions, understanding your emotional reactions. It is understanding and respecting who you are. It is also understanding and accepting your strengths and your weaknesses or areas of improvement, right? Many of us are good at something, many of us may not be good at many things. So understanding and accepting that is regarding yourself. The people who have high self-regard, they accept themselves and they have a very high esteem because they have done the correct self-assessment of themselves and they are always confident. On the other hand, people who are low on self-regard, sometimes they may not be sure of themselves and sometimes they might lack self-respect or confidence and might become, one example is, people feel awkward about their own appearances, right? And that leads to low esteem. So self-regard is very important to value yourself, to understand yourself, to accept yourself. And that gives you a lot of confidence when you accept the way you are. And that doesn't mean that you accept the way you are and you don't change. That's not what we are saying here. We are saying, respect yourself, respect who you are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and the way you are, and then start working towards improvement. The second important element as part of the self-perception after self-regard is the self-actualization. Now, this is another element of emotional intelligence. This is out of my learning from the certifications that I did. It's people have a very rich life who are high on self-actualizations. They feel energized and they feel passionate and enthusiastic and always remain motivated and sometimes spiritual as well. But those who do not have high self-actualization might feel lack of meaning in life and sometimes unsure of where to go. So it's very important that one has very high self-actualization, and that means it is your willingness to persistently try to improve yourself and engage in pursuit of personally relevant and meaningful objectives. You should have purpose in life, you should connect with people, you should have a social life, and so on and so forth. So you have to find purpose in life and make deliberate efforts to do that so that you have a rich and enjoyable life. So that's what self-actualization. The third important element is emotional self-awareness, which is recognizing and understanding your own emotions and your emotional responses. It is like understanding what causes your responses and reactions to a particular situation and the impact of that on your thoughts and on your actions. And when you are aware of these emotional responses and your emotions, you know how to control them. So that's the benefit. So this is very, very important. And people who are low on self awareness, what would happen? Imagine if you don't know your emotional reactions and the impact of those reactions on others, you would continue to respond to people the way you do, and you would do that probably for a long time, maybe all our life we continue to do that. So that's not leading to any good relationship management, whether it is professional or personal life. So people with low self-awareness, might avoid emotional ownership, or sometimes you might surprise people by your reactions, or maybe sometimes misleading or misled by other people, and maybe you deny your own feelings and so on and so forth. But people who are high on self awareness, they relate to their own feeling to appropriate causes, and these people feel happy. They are in touch with their own feeling. They differentiate between the emotions, right? So self awareness of your emotions are very, very important. So I'm hoping these three components of self perception, which is self regard, respecting yourself, and self actualization, having meaning and purpose, and then self awareness. These three importance are these three elements are very important for any professional or leaders or anyone. So I am hoping that this podcast would be helpful for you, and you enjoyed listening to this. For a detailed discussion or session, please look out for our webinar on emotional intelligence. Thank you so much for your time. Truly appreciate.